Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am VC Pramod with the news at 9. The headlines. Withdrawal of nomination ends for third phase of Lok Sabha Elections. Supreme Court directs Election Commission to increase random checking of VVPAT slips to 5 booths per assembly segment in Lok Sabha polls. Indian Air Force says it has irrefutable evidence that an Indian MiG-21 shot down Pakistan's F-16 aircraft on 27 February. A UK High Court denies permission to Vijay Mallya to appeal against his extradition order. IIT Madras tops the national ranking of higher institutes. And in women's hockey, third test between India and Malaysia ends in a draw. Withdrawal of candidature for third phase of Lok Sabha elections ended today. 115 constituencies spread over 12 states and 2 union territories will go to polls in this phase on the 23rd of April. All parliamentary constituencies of Gujarat, Goa, Kerala, Dadra, Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu will go to polls in the third phase. 14 seats each in Maharashtra and Karnataka, 10 seats in Uttar Pradesh, 7 in Chhattisgarh, 6 in Odisha, 5 each in Bihar and West Bengal, 4 in Assam and 1 in Jammu and Kashmir will also go to polls in this phase. In Gujarat, many candidates withdrew their nominations on the last day of withdrawal today. Nominations of total 452 candidates had been found valid after scrutiny last Friday. Nominations of 68 candidates were found valid for by-poll to 4 seats of State Assembly. More from our correspondent.
After the withdrawal of nominations, the final picture of the contest has become more clear. There will be a direct fight between ruling BJP and opposition Congress. After the withdrawal of nomination papers, Election Commission has also allotted the election symbols to the independent and unrecognized parties. Yogesh Pandya, AR News, Ahmedabad.
In Assam, a total of 54 candidates are in the fray in the third phase of polls. 5 candidates have withdrawn the nomination papers in this phase. Polling will be held in 4 constituencies, Guwahati, Barpeta, Dhubri and Kokrajhar in the third phase. Congress has requested the Election Commission to deploy paramilitary forces in all constituencies of West Bengal to ensure free and fair elections. A Congress delegation led by senior party leader Abhishek Manu Singhvi met the Election Commission on the issue today. Talking to reporters, Mr. Singhvi said that the administration of the state is being misused by the ruling Trinamool Congress. In West Bengal, the State Chief Electoral Officer Dr. Ariz Aftab has said that adequate security arrangements have been made at all polling stations under direct control of the Commission to ensure safety of all personnel deputed on election duty. Mr. Aftab's statement came after polling personnel in different parts of the state demanded deployment of central forces at all polling booths. The Telangana High Court today refused to stay the Lok Sabha election in Nizamabad constituency. The petition for stay was filed by over a dozen farmers. It also adjourned the final hearing of the case for 2 weeks. The farmers, who are candidates themselves from Nizamabad, said that due process was not followed while allotting symbols to them. 178 farmers are contesting from Nizamabad to protest against low prices for their produce. Meanwhile, Chief Electoral Officer of State Dr. Rajat Kumar informed that all arrangements are in place for the polling to be held on the 11th of this month. 34,604 polling stations have been set up for over 2.96 lakh electors. 443 candidates are in the fray in 17 Lok Sabha constituencies. Senior leaders of all major political parties are campaigning in the state, seeking support for their party candidates. The Election Commission has put restrictions on the conduct of any exit poll and dissemination of the result on print, electronic and other media in the period between the beginning of polling for the first phase till the end of polling for the 7th and last phase. An official release said exit polls cannot be conducted between 7 a.m. on the 11th of April till 6:30 p.m. on the 19th of May during the general election to the Lok Sabha and legislative assemblies of Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Odisha and Sikkim and by-elections in assembly constituencies. It said displaying any election matter including results of any opinion poll or any other poll survey in any electronic media will be prohibited during the 48 hours before conclusion of polls in each of the phases. The Supreme Court today directed Election Commission to increase random checking of VVPAT slips from 1 booth per assembly constituency to 5 in Lok Sabha polls. The apex court gave this direction after hearing a PIL filed by leaders of 21 opposition political parties led by Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu. The petitioners were demanding counting and cross-verification of voter verifiable paper audit trails VVPAT slips in at least 50% randomly chosen of all polling stations within each assembly constituency. The Election Commission has said it will make all efforts to operationalize and implement the direction of the Supreme Court. BJP today released its manifesto for the Lok Sabha elections. Reacting to the manifesto, senior BJP leader and Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the multi-layered and multi-dimensional manifesto addresses needs of all sections of society. He said the NDA government addressed needs of people from 2014 to 2019 and now will fulfill their aspirations.
2014 से 19 अगर एक शब्द में कहना है तो हमारे सभी कार्यों की रचना के मूल में सामान्य मानवी की जो आवश्यकता है उसको एड्रेस करें। हमारे सारे कामों को उसको हमने बल दिया। जो काम 50, 55, 60 के कालखंड में होना चाहिए था वो मुझे 2014 से 19 के बीच में करना पड़ा है।
The Congress in its reaction described the manifesto as a gimmick. Briefing media in New Delhi, senior Congress leader Ahmed Patel said senior BJP leaders were silent on demonetization, GST and black money. He wondered what happened to BJP's promises of employment and uplifting the state of farmers, youth and traders. Party spokesperson Randeep Surjewala reminded the BJP of its promises in different sectors and accused it of failing to deliver on every front.
नौकरी और रोजगार ये बिल्कुल घोषणा पत्र के भाषणों में चर्चा से गायब था। आज नोटबंदी की चर्चा नहीं हुई। आज उस जटिल जीएसटी की कोई चर्चा एक शब्द उसका बोला नहीं गया।
CPIM said in its manifesto, BJP was using Ram Mandir to sharpen communal polarization. Talking to reporters in New Delhi, Party General Secretary Sitaram Yechuri said that the people will never forget the adverse decisions of the NDA government affecting their lives and livelihoods in the last 5 years. BJP President Amit Shah today met party veterans L.K. Advani and Murli Manohar Joshi at their residences in New Delhi. The meeting came following the release of the party's manifesto for the Lok Sabha polls. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
News Services Division of All India Radio is broadcasting a special live program, Janadesh 2019, on the developments related to the General Elections 2019.
Tune in to the FM Gold channel of AIR from 4:05 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. every day till the announcement of results to listen to this special program.
The Indian Air Force IAF today reiterated that it has irrefutable evidence not only of the fact that the F-16 was used by Pakistan Air Force on 27 February, but also that IAF MiG-21 Bison shot down the F-16. Briefing media in New Delhi, IAF Vice Marshal R.G.K. Kapoor said there is no doubt that 2 aircraft went down in the aerial engagement, one of which was the MiG-21 Bison, while the other was the F-16 of Pakistan Air Force, conclusively identified by its electronic signature and radio transcripts.
IAF has more credible information and evidence that is clearly indicative of the fact that Pakistan has lost one F-16 in the air action on 27 February 19. However, due to security and confidentiality concerns, we are restricting the information being shared in public domain.
The Air Vice Marshal said certain official statements made by Pakistan's Director General Inter-Services Public Relations also corroborate the stand of the Indian Air Force. The Indian Air Force also released radar images to rebut Pakistan's claim that it had not lost a US-manufactured F-16 fighter jet in the aerial combat on February 27th. In Madhya Pradesh, the Ordnance Factory Board, OFB, has handed over 6 indigenous Dhanush artillery guns to the army in a ceremony held at the gun carriage factory in Jabalpur today. The OFB recently received a bulk production clearance from the Army and the Defence Ministry for 114 Dhanush artillery guns. We have a report.
Dhanush is the first indigenously built 155mm long-range artillery gun with a strike range of 38 kilometers. The weapon was a major success story of the Make in India initiative. Dhanush is having a capacity to fire 42 rounds in an hour. The weight of the gun is less than 13 tons, making it easy to mobilize in hilly terrain and remote areas, and it will be useful in all climatic conditions. Ordnance Factory Board Chairman Saurabh Kumar informed that the OFB has now working on the next two new versions of the Dhanush gun. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
President Ramnath Kovind has called for a nuanced approach to ensure that higher education not only fulfills individual aspirations but also achieves national goals and priorities. He was releasing the national ranking of higher institutes by the Ministry of Human Resources Development in New Delhi today. The President said ranking system fosters a spirit of healthy competition between institutions.
A ranking system of such a nature fosters a spirit of healthy competition between institutions. This is vital because all institutions are today competing for talent, teaching talent, research talent, the most talented students and even the most enlightened administrators.
IIT Madras topped the rankings while the Indian Institute of Science Bangalore bagged the second rank followed by IIT Delhi. Out of the 10 top institutes, 7 are IITs. Jawaharlal Nehru University got the 7th rank and Banaras Hindu University bagged the 10th spot. Delhi University's Miranda House was ranked the best among colleges across the country, while the Varsity St. Stephen's College was ranked 4th. AIIMS has been ranked first among medical sciences institutes and National Law School Bangalore has topped law colleges. A UK High Court has denied permission to fugitive businessman Vijay Mallya to appeal against his extradition order. He had filed the application after Westminster Magistrates Court ordered his extradition to India. UK Home Secretary Sajid Javid ordered his extradition to India after the court's order. Mallya has to face alleged fraud and money laundering charges amounting to 9,000 crore rupees. He has been based in the UK since March 2016. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today spoke to Maldives President Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed Saleh and complimented him on the victory in the recent parliamentary elections. He noted that the victory of his Maldivian Democratic Party signifies a resounding endorsement of the policies and efforts of its leaders who have worked with deep commitment for the people of Maldives. Mr. Modi reiterated India's deep commitment in keeping with its neighbourhood first policy to work closely with the Maldives. The Prime Minister also spoke to former President Mohammad Nasheed and congratulated him on the momentous electoral victory. Separatist leader Mirwais Omar Farooq was questioned by the National Investigating Agency NIA in New Delhi today in connection with a case related to terror funding. An official said he will be questioned again tomorrow. Mirwais was provided security upon his arrival at the Delhi airport after he raised the issue for appearing at the agency's headquarters. Hurriyat Conference leaders Abdul Ghani Butt, Bilal Lone and Maulana Abbas Ansari accompanied Mirwais. The Indian women's hockey team drew 4-4 against host Malaysia in the third game of the 5-match bilateral series in Kuala Lumpur today. For India, Navneet Kaur scored 2 goals while Navjot Kaur and Lal Rem Siami scored 1 each. The visitors made a fine start to their campaign by beating the hosts 3-0 on Thursday and thrashed Malaysia 5-0 in their second game on Saturday. In IPL cricket, encounter between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Kings 11 Punjab is underway in Mohali. Put into math, the Sunrisers Hyderabad were 89 for 3 in 14.2 overs when reports last came in. The News Services Division of All India Radio in its weekly bilingual live phone-in program Public Speak will bring you a discussion tonight on career prospects after class 12th. And now, before we wrap up the bulletin, the headlines once again. Withdrawal of nomination ends for third phase of Lok Sabha Elections. Supreme Court directs Election Commission to increase random checking of VVPAT slips to 5 booths per assembly segment in Lok Sabha polls. Indian Air Force says it has irrefutable evidence that an Indian MiG-21 shot down Pakistan's F-16 aircraft on 27 February. A UK High Court denies permission to Vijay Mallya to appeal against his extradition order. IIT Madras tops the national ranking of higher institutes, and in women's hockey, third test between India and Malaysia ends in a draw. And that's all in the news at 9. Good night.